I've switched. Hello.
Hi.
How we doing?
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
How are we doing? How are our characters doing? A combination of the two?
Yeah.
It's a resounding shoulder shrug.
That is fair. It's entirely fair. So welcome everybody to Dungeons and Dragons. Last time on Dungeons and Dragons, the team had just talked to Joe with the help of their new non-god dragonborn Jinsen, and basically came to the conclusion that the Jinsen myth and stuff that they worship basically kind of seems like it adds up with the what the old Black Sun God did a long time ago, and have sort of agreed that it seems like Jensen probably had a hand in that, and yeah, that's pretty much all where that all went. But they've decided that with Joe's help, they're gonna go back into the mines, back through the ruins to try and find their way to the fabrication station. So that was the initial idea to begin with, anyway. But before doing that, they went and decided to get some supplies. Then they decided to split up.
And here is where our fatal flaw comes into play.
So they split the party. Varys, Nemi, and Joe went north to the Emporium to look for more stuff from the nice dwarven lady that runs that, and Ailey, Thoricus, and Codswallop went back down into Claywalk, and yeah. They went and bought some scrolls from a bookkeep, and then decided to go into a potion shop on their way, see if they could find some more stuff. The Rikus was getting a potion of what even was it that you were getting a potion of?
Acid breath.
Ah,
For
yes,
Ailey?
the lesser acid breath potion that you were getting for that. So, in an attempt to swindle that, I guess, the Rakus took the bottle off the counter when the attendant was turned, ran out the door, fired one of their magical arrows into the store in an attempt to cause a distraction.
Panicked.
Yep,
And did that.
panicked and did that, and caused a massive magical explosion, which set off a lot of potions in the place, and caused general havoc. Then, running away with Ailey and Codswallop, messaged the rest of the team to say, "Hey, come and help."
Tried to keep it cool.
Yeah, tried to keep it cool, could not keep it cool. So yeah, and then deciding against just ignoring this, swung back around, made it look like that they were just coming into the scenario as opposed to causing the scenario. Came in to find that the potion store is now just leaking magical ooze, and some things have been happening during that. Uh, uh, a guy got
Turned into a frog.
yeah, a guy turned into a frog. Uh, guy turned into guy just disappeared. Entirely unsure as to what happened to him. Random pine banana trees had just popped up. Attempted to stem some of the potion mix from getting out with some bags of grain, which turned immediately into popcorn. Yeah.
In my defense, I did not come up with the idea to split the party.
That is, to be fair, where
That is
things
accurate.
went wrong. We could have headed that off at the pass.
So yeah. I guess we'll start with Varys and Nimi and Joe. So as said previously, you guys can see that there is smoke billowing up from that end of the city. And as you'd received a message from Thrakus asking for help, saying that there was something wrong, rolling a natural one on that, you gather that they had some hand in it. But either way, yeah, that's where you guys are at. So currently, Nemi and Ailey will not be joining us tonight. So we will have a committee to manage their cardboard cutouts.
Gonna pilot them like Jaegers.
Exactly.
Looking at the plume of smoke and thinking on the message that we got from Fanny Boo, like, how bad does it seem? Putting those two things together, how much of a fuck up does this feel like it was?
Mild. You know, it's not like the whole city is on fire or anything. Yeah. It seems like it's more that they are distraught about what's happened, less something absolutely terrible has happened, at least as far as you know currently.
Sweet. We're probably in a run then to get there. We wouldn't be sauntering.
Okay. Cool. You guys making your way downtown, walking fast. Yes. Now, the Ragus. You are standing by the puddle. There's a few guards on the other side of the puddle, keeping most people away from it. Again, your attempts to stay it haven't really been effectual. There's another guard on your side who he recognizes that you seem to be an authority on whatever's going on here, and is
No,
Yep.
I'm just helping. I am just a normal hero.
See, he's deferring to you at least at your actions, and is helping keep populace away from you guys, as you, Alien and Codswallop, stand there at the edge of the puddle. What's the plan?
What plan?
Well, what's your next thing that you're doing?
Yeah. So the populace are mostly staying away now.
Mostly. They're still curious. No one around seems to know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've told them to leave, but cool.
I mean, some crazy shit's happening. They're interested in looking.
Rubberneckers, I swear.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna do what we would do if we'd happened upon this situation, which is, as we said before we left last time, Ailey would be helping me get a sample for science. I'm not licking it. I've seen what happens when it touches people.
Okay. So a couple of
Um,
glass bottles of that. How much are you
yes.
planning on grabbing?
Like I'm gonna definitely be cautious with
Yep.
this. Like I don't want it to be able to touch my skin.
Okay.
Let's see. I want to.
Well, let's go. You tell me what bottle you try first, and we'll see how that goes, shall we?
Okay.
So you're trying
Okay.
just a little sample bottle, or you're gonna go for a full-on potion bottle, or
I mean, we'll grab a sample bottle first.
okay. So a
See how that goes.
small little sample.
Yeah.
Roll me a dexterity check. Just standard dexterity. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, you grab a full sample of it. No trouble with that.
Does anything happen when I put the cork in?
No. It's interesting. So the potiony goo sort of substance that's pouring out, is like got different colors all swirling through it, right? Like, even though the puddle itself isn't moving particularly fast, it's like the surface of it is constantly just in that swirling motion, like the liquid inside of it is interacting and moving around and swirling at all times, like sort of nebulous, greens and reds and blues, and starlight all sort of mingling together. Looks pretty goddamn cool, and it's basically the reason why everybody's out looking at it. And a very similar thing is happening in the bottle, even though that it is entirely stationary in there. You're just seeing like this swirling colors, and sometimes it just goes entirely black with little starlights in it, and sometimes it's swirling green and red and blue and
Cool.
just going crazy.
Okay.
So,
well,
little sample of.
I mean, egged on by that. I kind of want to try to get a big potion bottle worth.
Okay. Well, then, roll me another dexterity check.
Ailey did say she was helping me with these. Right?
Yes, Ailey did say that they would help with you with this, so I'll roll a dexterity check for them as well.
Oh, did I just make that worse? I don't know.
Like Icarus, we fly too close to the sun.
Okay. So with Ailey helping you, yeah. Let me check.
I mean, let's be fair here. I would drop a bottle rather than touch the stuff. Codswallop! Why is he trying to be wise? Why is Codswallop trying to be wise?
Well, it's more about him knowing whether or not him understanding what you're trying to achieve. To see if he would help that much.
He's a dog.
Yeah. Okay. So, can I get you to roll for me
Probably eating popcorn.
Yeah, he is probably eating popcorn. Can you roll for me a D100, please? $39.
I'm scared. The pot plant might be my best option. Oh god.
That's absolutely hilarious.
Oh no.
Can I get you to roll one more for me?
Oh no.
Okay. That's great. That's absolutely fantastic.
What have I done?
So, trying to collect this bottle. Elias is assisting you. You're pretty sure you're about to fill up this whole bottle, and then you feel just this spark up one of your fingers as you go, "Oh no, I fucking touched it." You immediately drop the bottle, and Ailey pulls you back up. Nothing seems different immediately, but then you realize that you're feeling something else that you normally do feel, but like it's more so. And when you focus in on it, you realize now that you can completely control where your tail is going. Where normally it is just like a limp thing that you've got there.
Well, it's not limp.
Not entirely limp, but it's just a tail that you've got there.
Yeah, it's.
It is
tail,
entirely.
prehensile,
It is now
usually.
entirely prehensile currently.
Oh god. Oh, I'm a monkey. Oh god.
Lyrical tale.
Yeah.
Ailey, do I have fur? Do I have fur? Oh god. Are these monkey hands now? Are they
Not any more fur than you normally do.
turning into a
And
monkey?
as you're like spinning around, being like, "Oh God, am I turning into a monkey?" You're like shaking your head and everything, and just hear, you notice that you're hearing like more rattling that you normally do from your body as you move around, and you stop and realize that is coming from your head. Every time you move your head, there's just a whole lot of rattling going on, like there's some loose bones in there or something.
What? I reach up and touch my head and what's going on?
Seems normal.
My horns are there.
Horns are all there. Everything.
Okay.
Face seems intact. Bones all seem in place where you normally find them. No broken nose or anything. But yeah. Every time you move your head, just a little bit of rattling going.
Fuck.
Well, that's interesting.
A tiefling maraca?
Seems like you've become a maraca.
A maraca that can rip you.
You want to give this another try?
You can, Ailey. I don't know. What
I
if
think
turn
Ailey
more
would.
into a monkey?
I think Ailey would. Having not seen any physical changes with you, they would probably go.
Okay, I think Ailey. Yeah, Ailey, can't be that bad. Besides, what if we experiment with this, and then it makes my wings bigger?
Yeah, that is probably it. Actually, she's probably like, this could turn me into a dragon.
We need more.
None of these dragons are willing to turn me into a dragon, so this magical goop might do it.
Okay. Well, I hold on
Oh!
to Codswallop's collar and I grab, and I'm holding on to Ailey. Oh shit!
Okay. To be a third party in this, Varys, can you roll me 2 D100s, please? So roll a D100 and then roll a D100.
Oh god. Yes, I can.
Will you describe how badly Ailey is?
Well, Ailey goes to dip the potion bottle in it and then just dips their hand in it and then immediately lets go of the bottle and brings the hand up and like slips off as much potion as they can. But it is very much on them right now.
I do drag them back, thinking they might ingest more of it.
Cool. And can I, for that actually, can I get you to roll one more?
Yeah, it's not ominous.
Well, none of them are a pot plant.
I much prefer rolling these when I'm
better watch
shooting
out, they
somebody
might be
rather than
huddled
when
up.
somebody stuck their hand in goop.
Good thing you're not Ailey.
Yeah, yeah, but I do have to deal with what happens to Ailey
You will.
and the owner of said character.
Where is it?
Hey, anything that goes down, the vast majority of the time, that's on the DM
Totally.
and Ailey's previous actions informing our choices.
That part is definitely true.
So, so you pull Lily back as they flick off this potion. You see immediately a sort of greenish hue appear on them. And inspecting them thoroughly to figure out exactly what the hell's going on, because you definitely don't want them to become a monkey.
Yep.
Notice that they appear to have some gills growing where their scales are on their neck.
Oh my god. Ailey, can you breathe?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just really hungry though.
Here's some popcorn. There's plenty.
But
Here's
then
some popcorn of
just as
indeterminate
just
origin.
yeah just as you sort of like about to motion towards it and just still like flicking off the potion, one more flick of her hand and you will take that much lightning damage.
Jesus.
From
As
Codswallop, apparently.
no, it's not from console. As she flicks her
Me?
hand, just lightning comes, strikes out of it, and slams into you, arcs through you into the ground. Oh my god, random guy.
4,290 likes to Farno.
Oh,
So if you wanna minus 14 lightning,
I did.
while I roll, while I release this chest here.
Gave the pearl tip gift and 200 likes to Farno.
Will you do what now?
I gotta
there's-
open this you now
Stream.
chest.
Stream, cool.
All right.
Need something like, there's a
and
chest?
go. Click it away. Yes. So yeah.
Yep.
Of course, immediately after that, Ailey's like, that was awesome. And goes to flick her hand much more.
No.
Not at you specifically, just like flicks it in the direction of the puddle. No more lightning is coming out there, but
But no. We don't want more people getting hurt. That is really cool. But ow!
yeah, I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
I got nothing. How?
It's fine.
I'm not sorry that it happened, but I am sorry that it happened to you.
Yeah. So other than the gills, the random lightning, and the hunger,
I'm
you do it.
really hungry.
Like I
Really
said, please eat the popcorn.
hungry.
I take a couple steps back with Codswallop.
Like she grabs one of the sacks that has turned entirely into popcorn and just drags it away from the potion and just absolutely starts stuffing her face with it. She is extremely hungry. Like she's probably gonna finish that whole bag.
She's gonna regret that later, but who am I to stop a
It's gonna go straight to her.
hungry half dragon?
Um. Anyway, you want to try again? Any more samples you want to take, or?
Overall, DM, please drop them bars when you caneth.
Oh yes.
Really spooked about the monkey thing. But I really want potion bottle size of this. Like, real bad.
Maybe she. Ailey's scoffing more stuff. Sort of. I'm not going to be able to do Ailey's accent as well
Any
as
surfaces.
being stuffed in mouth, like. But Ailey tries to convey to you. Maybe you wait until the others get here.
Nah, fuck it. I'll tie some of my hempen rope to a potion bottle. Empty potion bottle.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and like sort of roll it on the ground into the puddle
Okay.
so that the glass doesn't break. While holding on to the other end of the rope, obviously.
That was me. Not Varys.
Why did I do that?
You're
Because
punching
I
us.
had you selected. 53. So as you're like sort of dangling the rope and trying to get this in, the rope suddenly it looks like it's, you can't explain it, but you feel like the rope is disguising itself as something else, but you're sure that it's a hempen rope, and your brain is just doing mental gymnastics about the fact that this is probably a potion effect, but you can't shake the feeling that this rope is disguising itself.
Oh. Do I have any idea what it could be? Like, be if it were disguised as a rope?
You have no idea. Like, your brain is like, you know, you know that it's not. You know that this is the rope you've been carrying for however long you've been on this island, but it just this absolute devastating thought is just trying to penetrate your mind.
Hey, it beef, smiley face.
I'm like, well, I mean, I gotta dispel this whole moment, so I'm gonna like sniff the rope, chew on the rope, be like, yeah, see, it's a rope. It's totally a rope. This is fun. It's a rope.
Yep.
Right?
Sniff and chew on the rope. It's a rope.
Okay, so it's rope. Am I managing to get any potion?
Yep. You managed to fill a full bottle of
Hey,
potion.
thumbs up gift and
But of
400
course you
likes
end
so
up,
far, no.
when you finally pull out the potion, the bottle is absolutely covered in potion as well. So it's full, but also covered in it.
Okay,
Brew beef.
I'm good. I'm just. Didn't think that through. I'm just kind of like dangling it away from me so it doesn't drip on me and hoping that it kind of sloughs off. a little bit.
Okay. You're probably going to be waiting here a little while.
Awesome, now we are less than 5k
I mean,
away
I'll
from
wait for
our
the others
second
anyway, and I really don't want to be a monkey.
Okay. Well, Varys, Nemi and Joe arrive on the scene of this puddle of swirling potiony liquid, a random banana tree just sticking out of the ground, a few bags of popcorn, huge bags of popcorn, and popcorn all over the street, as well as like a frog's hopping around that seems really intent on being a guard for some reason.
What the fuck?
The name is what you say.
Yeah, Ailey's got, it is a banana tree. Ailey's got gills, and is just absolutely stuffing themselves with this one bag of popcorn.
Where the fuck did you get popcorn?
The potion made
puddle.
it. Oh.
Oh,
From the puddle. We were trying to stop it moving. Seems very magical.
what? You hear in your head? What happened?
I don't know. We were just coming out of the bookshop with scrolls and stuff, and we're looking at all the other windows over there, and we heard this big like explosion-y thing, and this started happening.
Roll
The
it.
store was on fire.
Yeah.
Roll a deception with disadvantage, please.
Absolutely. Come on. I rolled it. Where is it? Oh,
That's a
so
9.
my laptop takes off. I actually can't roll the disadvantage because it hasn't popped up for me.
Yeah.
Gave the happy Thanksgiving gift and
And I will do it.
4,290 likes
Thank
to
you.
Farno.
Oh boy. I'll get the ones out now.
Ooh, that was a
Oh
one.
god, it was a 1. Yep,
Yeah,
so that's
no.
back to good at deception, guys.
Yeah, no, you can't. No chance in hell. That is what happened.
Uh-huh.
Did any
Varys says out
guards
loud.
hear?
No, as Yuri just explaining to Varys.
Okay.
They're busy keeping like throngs of people.
Yeah,
back, right?
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
and that they do is they apparently seem to be under the impression that you know what's going on.
Gave the thumbs up gift and 400
Oh,
likes to
boy.
Farno.
Oh my god, we've gotten a second star back. Thanks, everybody.
Cool.
There we go.
Oh, and there's another chest. Give me
Ooh.
2 seconds to open that.
Let's do some chest
Jesus
action.
Lord.
Maybe I can say that.
All right.
Do
Yeah, some
chest
chest,
action
hot chest action.
to
Mm-mm.
distract from this horrible pile of goo that's turning people into frogs and ravenous.
Please don't look at my goo. I mean, it's not mine.
Oh, no.
All right, just going in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. So, Varys.
Sorry, I'm clicking.
Oh, that's fine.
I was just hoping it wasn't coming through.
Whilst saying all of this, Thrakus is holding a is holding a rope that you could swear has disguised itself as something else, but is
But in my head, I'm like, why did
yeah,
the
but
fuck would a rope want to
exactly.
disguise itself?
What is
Why-
what is the deal with that?
Thrakus, you're holding rope, right? That's
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
I'm, like,
It
squinting
tastes
at it.
like rope. You
Oh.
want to try?
No,
Just
I mean,
careful.
you've got a pretty good tongue. I trust that if you say it's rope, it's rope. It just looks really weird.
Really does, right?
Okay, so
There's a perfect noise to happen at that time. That's great.
why? What? Okay, so like, the fuck? Hmm.
Well,
That
okay, so
random
this
guy
goo
info.
seems to be turning people into
Is it-
various things and having like magical effects on people.
So like, all
Am
of
I a
these
monkey,
potions-
Varys? I need you to tell me straight because I can't trust Ailey.
I never trust Ailey. Wait, that's a
Thrakus
trust
says.
problem.
Thrakus says as their tail is like whipping around, like still
Does
haven't got it.
Thrakus- does
Still haven't
Thrakus
gotten
have
it
more,
to hold to the fact that that is actually entirely pliable now. It's very much giving away all of her emotions.
So does Thrakus look any more monkey-like as Thrakus is worried about?
No, not at all.
No, you don't look like a monkey to me. I mean, I've never seen your tail move that much, but like you don't have
Oh,
fur or anything. Not new fur, anyway.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You're good, and he gives you a big thumbs up.
Okay. Yeah, we can live with. We can. Yep, this is fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, so
I don't think Ailey is particularly fine, but they really want to be a
No, I'm
dragon.
good.
What's you?
And then continues to stuff face.
Varus grabs another sack of popcorn and just drags it over to replace the first sack that Haley's probably like nearly finished.
Yeah.
Be honest. I'm really worried about what that might do, because that popcorn's because of the goo.
I don't feel like it could be any worse than like getting more goo on you.
True, and they might do that if they run out of popcorn.
Exactly. But also, like, what the fuck do I know about magic, right?
But
Uh,
I feel like you've seen enough of it the past few weeks to know.
I mean, that's true. It has been a lot of weirdness. This looks a lot like the shit that we normally deal with.
Roll an
Yes.
Arcana, and Nemi will assist you.
Okay.
Because
Well,
I mean,
Nemi's
after all,
not doing too great right now.
you've gotten a lot better with these things since making your spice bullets. And I just like stare at him.
I hope so. Not for me. Yes. Halfling strikes again.
Oh
Man.
man, that could have been great. Fuck knows. Looks like some potions got mixed together, and they're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, it looks like those potions were mixed together, and you know what? My recent training tells me that probably shouldn't have happened. That's about as far as I've got. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, this was a shop. Was there any other patrons or shopkeep? Oh God! And Varus is like looking into the shop through this massive goo, just like wondering what would happen to somebody at the center of that.
Well, it was a lot more on fire, but I made it rain.
You
But
made
then
it
it made
rain?
you
Mhm.
that traveling faster, and that's when the popcorn happened.
Oh, okay. Is the goo still moving?
Ever so slightly. Like, it is mainly seems to have come to a halt, but in certain spots it seems like it suddenly moves forward a few inches, and then again in other spots. Like it's not moving
not
like
Is it
a
to be random or
yeah. It's not like a normal liquid where it would just like even itself out. It looks like it's
Varying
either
inconsistencies and
yeah,
not like
varying
entirely one
consistencies,
thing.
but also like it's like randomly moving in places. And then there's bubbles that occasionally pop out of the top of it, even though it doesn't look like it's actively boiling or anything like that. Yeah, it is an extremely mysterious concoction. You cannot get a real grasp on what it's currently doing. It could just suddenly spread out at a moment's notice. Yeah.
Maybe we should get away from it a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Guards, and I'll call out to the nearest guards.
There is one on your side.
Yes.
Yes.
These people further back. If this thing moves, it's going to be very, very dangerous.
Noted.
And
Move these people back.
Oh, you know, that's cool. I like that. You tell people what to do. That's nice. Sorry. Has anybody tried going in there? I mean, it's a shop. I assume there were people in there, right?
People that touch the goo, like there's been weird stuff happening. Like we saw a guy just disappear. We don't know what happened there. And that frog is a person.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. He's trying to stick a tiny spike into my foot.
Oh, why is he attacking you?
No. No,
Frog's
he's
just
not.
hopping.
He's just hopping around.
It seems to have more purpose than regular frogs.
But it is about this point that he turns back into a man, completely naked.
Oh,
I pull out one of the robes from the bag of holding and hand it to him so that he can cover himself. Are you okay?
Yes, much obliged.
No problem.
That was an
so-
experience.
What's it like being a frog?
Well, it's a bit wet.
I
Honestly.
thought so. Mm.
Mm.
Very
What did
slimy.
it taste like?
Ooh.
Like bugs.
Ew.
Oh.
I think I found a lot of bugs.
Oh.
And he starts to go,
Oh.
huh, huh.
No,
Oh.
okay, you
Oh,
can
my.
vomit afterwards.
I'm
What
just
happened?
gonna.
No.
Oh, wait. Wait. But what happens if you vomit on the go? Vomit on the go!
No, don't do that. Don't put organic material back into that. They're fun.
He turns around and
It's a science.
huddles off into an alleyway, and you hear the sound of him vomiting into a corner.
Hear
What
the
a waste
sounds
of
of
vomit.
half his
Just
flies
absolutely raging his
hitting the
guts out.
ground. Can I, with the knowledge that I have my grappling gun, can I look and see if there are any access points to safely get into this place to check it out?
Roll a perception for me.
Can do. Perception. 21.
It doesn't seem like there's much real access. You certainly could like try to Batman swing into like one of the windows or through the door, but it could be very likely you'll slip pretty close to the potion. Yeah.
Bear in mind, Varys,
Hmm?
people did run for the magic school. Like, we
Oh, did
hopefully
they?
we'll get help soon.
Oh, that's good.
I think we're a bit over our heads trying to help with this. We can't really kill the goo. That's why I collected samples, because maybe that'll help. I don't know.
Like
But
the
now I don't know
that
what
why
to
you
do with
have your
this.
tail now? Because you touched goo.
My tail just swishes around me a lot to the point where it just wraps around my waist, hugging me, and I'm like, I want
Yes.
to talk about it.
Okay. Hey, Ferris sort of stops for a second, like he's not jovial anymore. He just looks up at you. Are you okay?
And what monkey Varys?
Uh,
Wait,
do you want a hug? Are you
what's happening? No, no.
okay?
You know how hard they can grip? They
Maybe-
feel like a twig.
You
Look,
mean
the
monkey?
potion's taunting me.
Oh,
It even made bananas. Bananas,
shit.
Varys.
I feel like you might be reading into this a bit more than perhaps you need to. I don't mean to be rude, but have you got a thing against? Oh, you. Oh, I remember. And Varys remembers back to the forest where they first encountered Micaiah in her monkey form, and
Yep.
he stops talking. Did you want to? Do you want to sit down or something? You know, away from the goo.
I just sort of nod my head a bit and then go, but I don't know what to do with this. And I just point at the potion bottle I have hanging by a rope, dripping goo.
Joe says, let me try something. And you see him try to prestidigitation it off, like he normally does with like cleaning you guys up or removing dirt or anything like that.
Copious amounts of blood we spill on ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't do anything though.
Ah,
I guess it is magical.
Do you have any thoughts on this stuff, Joe?
I mean, it's pretty obvious what it is. It's just a whole bunch of different potions mixed together, and it could have wildly different properties, depending on well, you know, the mixture of things. It's chaos alchemy, right? You're gonna have
This is like my bullets, but on like a grand scale, right?
yes, and could. I mean, it could be quite more dangerous if that makes sense. I mean, your bullets are very targeted, whereas this is entirely random, could do any number of things to somebody for any length of time. For we don't know what potions were in the store. We don't know what ratios they've been mixed in. We just don't know enough.
We don't know that there wasn't like a giant bottle of magical enhancement that fell over and just made all of this worse.
Exactly.
Mm.
We don't know any of this, and we don't know what
Looking at
caused.
the ground.
We don't know what magic caused the concoction to get infused in the first place, and we don't know what effect it's going to have. Getting biomass from a magical city, as well as magical dragons and magical things all around us.
Yeah.
Well, are there any rooftops nearby to the alchemist shop that I'd be able to get up into and look in? I assume that. Well, actually, I don't know. What is the state of the building?
The state of the building is smoke is pouring out of the door. Lesser now than it was before, and it's got water like slightly dripping down the top of it, as someone did try to rain on it. There's all the buildings.
Hey, that stopped most of the fire.
It did. The buildings next to it and around it are all the same height. They're all like 2-3 stories. So you probably could get on top of it with your grapple gun, but again, you're relatively sure there's not going to be roof access from there.
So
But it could be a
if I want to
stager.
get in there.
Could be a staging point from get up there and then grapple down into one of the windows. Batman styles, but again, it does run the risk of you.
It would be risky.
Yeah.
Ailey, you can fly with one of those bags, right?
She looks up at you, mouth full of popcorn.
I feel like
I don't want to go anywhere.
Can I rip the bag of popcorn out of Ailey's hands and just throw it into the air? Like upwards, straight up.
Sure, roll a strength check for me. No, you can't.
Nope. I try.
You
Too hungry.
You attempt to pull it away from Ailey, and Ailey immediately grabs it and pulls it straight out of your hands and continues to munch. She doesn't even seem that angry about it. Like, she's just way more focused on eating.
As these two are fighting over popcorn in front of this horror movie that we're watching, I'm going to. Yeah, I think Varys would want to. We're gonna grapple up onto the nearest roof and try and make an assessment of what would be the safest, even if it's not, 100% safe, which will be the safest route to try and go.
Okay. So, roll me your grapple.
Mm-hmm. I will have to go into there for that one. Grappling hook.
Yep. You have no problem firing a hook up onto a roof, and engage your harness and pull yourself up the side of a building nearby.
Mm-hmm.
And have a bit of vantage point for assessing the situation.
Looking for anything like even something sort of halfling sized, if there's not something that a normal sized person will be able to get through.
Yep. Yeah. So you haven't been on the roof of any of the buildings in any of these cities before, have you? I don't think you have.
I've been up onto the rooftops of the strongholds, but I haven't actually done it in any of the cities.
Yeah, I think you were on top of the warehouse.
Oh, true. Yeah, the warehouse and the mansion that we went to.
Yeah. which was not in the city, but yeah. So the roof of this building is covered with interesting contraptions. Uh, roll a
Am I immediately sidetracked?
roll an intelligence check for me.
Just a general ability check.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, they seem like they are integrated into the buildings. Like they had previously had some function that the buildings would offer, some sort of maybe magical communication system or something like that. At least from the glances of them and the way that they're orientated. But yeah, you don't see any sort of access or anything like that. But at least you're not like you're not sidetracked by any of these. You go, oh, okay, interesting.
Something to put away in the memory banks for
Yeah, you've never been on any of the buildings before. So you're like, oh, this is curious. But otherwise, yeah, you like trudge up to the edge of the building, overlooking the mess, and the potion shop, and yeah, none of these buildings have like a fire escape or anything like that, or even an air vent at the top. It's very likely you're going to have to the safest way for you to get into the building will be like grappling down the side and maybe breaking one of the second story windows to get in from that side, from there, or grappling down all the way down to the first floor and trying to like swing into into the store.
Probably know that one.
Yeah, that one definitely the less safer option.
Actually, while I'm there, I'm gonna call out to just in the general direction of the potion shop.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody in there? Hello?
Roll a perception check for me.
Absolutely. Ooh, that's the worst I could do.
10 is the worst you can do.
Yes, yeah, I have
Wow.
to say. And I can't
Alright.
roll a 1. Well, sorry, I could roll a 1 twice.
It's true. You hear the faintest groaning. Not legible in any way.
Guards, there's somebody still in there. Be ready. I might have to... I can't throw him out. What the... Oh, God. Oh, why do I have to be so short? Okay.
Okay. They run along the roof. There's there is a short gap between this building that you're on and the potion building. How do you want to approach that?
So there's a short gap and I can get over to the roof of the other place, but there's no access through the roof, right?
Yeah, so you'd have to get inside, you're gonna have to get onto the roof of the potion shop and then grapple down into one of the windows. Okay. But you'd have to get onto that building first. So there's a small gap, like a person wide, maybe like 5-10 feet. So you'll have to make a jump for it, or grapple.
Cartwheel, flip.
Yeah, something fancy. So if you want to do that, you can roll an acrobatics check, or you can try and be a little bit more fanciful. However you want to get across.
I think Varys is going to get a bit of a run up and then try and just tumble his way across.
Cool. Yeah, no issue. Quick run and hop over the gap. Land on a very wet surface, but catch yourself as you were expecting it. You have no problems wrapping your grappling hook around one of the contraptions, one of the more stable ones that's up there on the roof, in a certain, in the way that that would allow you to easily retract it when ready, and then hop down the side, slide down.
Probably go for I'm guessing that the second floor would probably be a bit safer than trying to go through the area
Yes.
where the goo seems most concentrated on the first floor.
Definitely, absolutely. Yep. So sliding down, the windows, of course, are all closed.
The window's closed. Is it
Yeah.
is it latched?
From the inside, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna call out to the guards. Hey, I have to break these windows to get in, so like, you're gonna hear some noise.
A couple of them give you the thumbs up.
Cool. And then Varys just shoots out the window.
Sweet. roll an attack with your gun.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's
quite loud.
It's a window.
Yeah, it definitely hits. So it's a loud bang and whoop, like a sucking noise, as your eldritch blast essentially from that sunders the window, shatters it, sends glass out into the potion. You hear a couple of quick sizzles and flashes. Yeah. As the glass impacts that, but nothing too crazy. Non-organic stuff, so you're okay.
Okay.
But the window is now open.
Okay, cool. I'm going to attempt to maneuver through that window then.
Cool. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt to see you smash out the rest of the glass with your gun to not cut yourself on it.
The pistol butt.
Yeah. And then climb inside. Inside, you find a bed that now has a nice big black hole through it. And it's just a small bedroom, single bedroom with a little closet / cabinet on the side, a little reading desk and a small chair there. Slept in last night, didn't make the bed, and the sheets
No
are
chance of
well
making it
ruined.
now.
Yeah.
I'm going to, having assessed the room kind of now, I will call out again, see if I can try and pinpoint where that groaning noise was coming from.
Okay.
Hello? I'm up on the second floor.
Make another perception check for me. Sounds like it's relatively close. It is probably still downstairs, but it is not too far away. It sounds like, what would it be like? It's definitely a person, humanish, probably a dragonborn. Sorry, not dragonborn, dragonkin. In immense pain.
Okay. Actually, looking around the room, is there anything that sticks out, or does it just seem like a normal bedroom?
It seems like a normal bedroom.
Cool. All right. I will try and find my way downstairs slowly and carefully, I guess.
Cool. Me open the door to the bedroom. Again, most of this place seems like it's relatively untouched. There's a little bit of smoke in the hallway that you enter into. Yes, it's like it has been coming up from the stairwell up into this area. But it's not yet at your height, so you don't have to worry about like breathing in smoke or anything.
It'd be different if I was a medium-sized creature.
Exactly. But it does help you guide your way to the stairs, as that's where the smoke is coming from. So you quickly find your way down there, and make your way down the first flight, and you notice at the bottom of the second flight is a man, or what's left of a man. Is you see he is he's intact. He's got all of his arms and legs.
Okay.
But his what seems like he would have been a dragonkin is just entirely skin. There's no scale on him that you can see, and there's like bits of his clothes have been like burned away by whatever has happened here. And where you would normally see scales on any of the other dragonkin you've seen, it's just none. It's just skin. There's so much skin on him, in fact, as it seems like it is excessing on his body, right? There is like just mounds of skin that is like being like pulled well away from his body, and his face, his like mouth is like starting to like sew itself together. It hasn't like, it's like he's like pulled it away to like give him so he can breathe. He's like peeled his own mouth open, but his eyes and his and most of his nose seems to have like flattened over, and one of his ears is just flat skin now, and he's got no hair. He's just entirely bald. Yeah. Bad things have happened to this man.
How?
Bad person.
What was that? I heard something. You said that he had pulled the encroaching skin away from his mouth, right?
Yeah, so it's like his mouth was like starting to sew together, like that fucking scene in the Matrix.
Oh god.
So like half of his mouth like has kept fully connected.
It's like one episode of Fringe.
Yeah. And the other side looks like he's like jammed his fingers in to stop it from entirely covering it over, and then it's just like started to like rip and pull his own face off to try and keep an air hole there.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna tuck my gun away, and then say to him, this is probably going to hurt a lot, but I assure you I am trying to help. I'm going to pull out the dagger of venom. I'm not going to hit the button, so it's not going to be venomous. But I'm going to use that to try and carve out a bigger hole around his mouth so he can keep breathing.
Okay. Roll a dexterity check on me.
Sure.
You go at it. He moves a little bit too much from the pain, obviously.
I'll tuck the gun away for you. 2 towns later, asterisk, excuse me, kind merchant, how much for this here gun?
Yeah. And then, yeah, so you cut a little bit too much, basically, and he ends up having a bit more mouth on one side than he did previously. But you've definitely achieved a good opening for him. And through sighs of pain, he seems to like nod in gratefulness, but doesn't seem to be able to speak.
We. I don't know how to get you out of here. I'm gonna look around.
He goes and like there's seeming like he's like trying to pull himself up the stairs, as if he's trying to make you understand that he's trying to get upstairs.
Yeah. Okay. Can you? Have you still got strength? Nod if you can't speak.
Sorry, not if you can't speak?
Yeah.
Yeah, he nods.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm gonna detach my grappling gun from my harness, put it into one of his hands, clamp his other hand over it too, and say, "Pull the trigger, fire it up the stairs. Hold on fucking tight, okay?"
He nods and grunts in pain, and he squeezes the trigger. It slams into the wall and engages the retract, and it just pulls him up the stairs, and you hear him go.
Varys like closes his eyes very quickly, but he can still hear it. So
Yeah.
it does not help.
Just groans in pain. This is. It's up in the middle of the stairwell, on the first landing, before going up the other way, which is to the second floor. But at the very least, he does look back at you with more gratefulness, that you're helping him, even through all the pain.
I give him a slight nod as I watch him go up
Yeah.
the stairs out of sight.
I cannot see you.
While I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything that looks unsmashed? Anything at all? And I want to try and just grab some shit and chuck it into my bag.
Oh boy. Roll an investigation check for me. You find two potion bottles, that are unsmashed.
Cool. Into the bag of holding they go.
Cool.
And anything else of note here?
Not really. It seems like, whatever happened to this guy, it seems like he managed to roll another investigation to me.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, for this. Yeah, it seems like he managed to pull himself over the counter, as it seems like he had run out into the main area, to deal with the fire or whatever. As you can see, the potion has the potion concoction has spread through the entire store, but has been stopped at the counter, so it's like on the floor on the main part of the thing, and it started just flowing out into the street. But the counter area and where it leads up to the stairs in the back area, completely potion free.
He was heading for higher, safer ground.
Yeah, he was like. It very much seemed like he got caught in the main cataclysm of the potion mixing.
The epicenter.
Yeah. So yeah, he got the brunt of it,
It's
and then has started to tried to make his way up further and further, and it seems like his condition deteriorated quickly.
That's fair. Yep. Having put those potion bottles into the bag of holding, I will run up the stairs after him.
Cool. Yeah, he hasn't made us way much further than the first landing. So trying to get his bearings, trying to figure out what. Again, he can't see his eyes, and most of his face is covered in skin.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say this is going to fucking suck, and I'm sorry. And I'm going to try and get one eye free enough for him to be able to see, even if it's just for a couple of seconds, to fire again.
okay, roll another dexterity check.
Okay.
Man,
Ooh.
I realize we're really gonna step into body horror today. Yeah. The first attempt on one of his eyes doesn't go well. Does not go well. But as you're you're already here, on the other eye you manage to clear away enough skin that he can see out the other eye.
Cool. And if I have to, I'll help him maneuver his arms as well too, to get to a position where he can shoot.
Yep. Now that he can see out that eye, he seems to understand what's happening, what's going on.
I'm sorry,
And-
if there were another way to do this, I would, but
And this time he, realizing this, he aims the thing a little bit higher, shoots, catches on something, starts pulling him up. This time it's just his legs that are slamming into the stairs.
Much better about that.
He still moans in pain, but less than before. And it comes to a stop on the second floor.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Thrakus. You see at the end of the street some sorcerers in their robes are approaching.
Cool. I mean, I guess they know where they're going, but I still wave at them kind of excitedly, like, yes, over here. The goo.
God, people who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Some of them seem to take notice of that and break off from the main group and go around through some alleyways.
Oh, they shouldn't have done that. You never split the party.
Yeah. To make it
Sometimes
to...
you don't learn from that, apparently.
Yeah. Break off and go around some alleyways to make it to you without going through the mixture. And yeah, you come upon, well, they come upon you. First one to take off their hood is none other than the fucking, if I can goddamn remember what things I have in places, it'll be a fucking nice day. The Sapphire Dragonkin Cutlery that you have met a couple of times now reveals herself to you. Well, this is a right mess. Know anything about this?
Well, it seems like the potion shop, like, exploded. With goo.
Roll a deception check.
How is that a deception? That is entirely true.
That is a factual statement.
I guess it is a factual statement. Okay, roll a general charisma check then.
That's the same fucking. Okay.
No, your persuasion and thing have different modifiers. Your charisma is just straight whatever you roll.
Yeah, and so's my deception.
Oh no. Doesn't your deception have a different
Because
modifier?
it's charisma.
You're absolutely correct. You don't have any additional benefits to that.
Our team is not charisma based except
Oh,
for
no.
me.
She like looks you up and down and nods.
I'm
Okay.
like, well, I got a goo sample, but now it's dripping, and the rope doesn't want to be a rope.
I see. Let me help you with that. And she produces like a glass rod that you would use for like stirring or something, seemingly out of nowhere. And you know, you bring the potion bottle a little bit closer with the rope, and she just sort of wipes it down and flicks it off with this glass rod. It doesn't seem to react with it at all, and then produces a silken sort of cloth,
Mm-hmm.
and then gives your potion bottle a quick wipe down, and then just throws the cloth into the potion without touching it.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
this would be interesting for study. Do you have a smaller sample that I can take?
Oh yeah, I just thought maybe a bigger. Okay, well here's the smaller one. We're a bit more successful getting that. I just thought the more the merrier, but that maybe turned out badly. Here you go.
Thank you. And she takes the small potion from you, small sample you got. But you still have your big potion bottle full of it. And it is now cleaned and capable of being stored away. Well, it's going to require a little bit of cleanup. Where is your small friend?
He went up onto the roofs and he's trying to help someone that he said was in the shop still.
I see. She clicks her fingers and points to the people in robes behind her, and then points up to the top of the or to the second floor. They flick their arms out and cast a spell. It seems like just quick motions with their hands, and they both levitate and fly off to the second floor of the building. Varys, you'll hear this as you're coming up the stairs. The two mages entering through the window that you opened up for them, coming in.
I am standing at this point, I imagine, by our very
Yes.
skin-covered friend.
Yes, your skin friend.
My skin pal.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
A skinny boy.
Oh boy.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
As the mages step in to see this this person, they immediately both stop mid step and go,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, exactly. I gently take my grappling gun back from the guy and give him a consoling pat. Well, the cavalry's here, I guess. Sorry about the eye.
he still nods gratefully at you.
Please help him, I say to the mages.
Yes, we shall. They both immediately start casting another spell. It seems to levitate him off the ground ever so slightly, which just brings relief to what left of his face you can see. Do you also need help getting out of here as well?
I mean, I could do it myself, but I feel like it'd be safer if you helped me out.
All right. Another spell gets cast. Ninjutsu, freaking hand motions,
Oh shit.
Shadow Clone no Jutsu shit, and you are suddenly able to fly.
cool. But then Varys thinks about what he's just witnessed. He's like, slightly less cool. I will fly back with them.
And they carefully, they're directing this person.
I'll be their eye.
Yeah, as opposed to giving them flight directly, they've like levitated them and are holding them in like in that state, and are moving them sort of like a magical gurney, if you want to imagine that, I guess. And then they float out with him on either end of him, making sure to get him through the window okay, and out on to the street with Cutry there, and everybody else. But they immediately are taking him away somewhere else.
That's fair.
And you land back with the team.
He has seen better days, but I'm hoping he'll be okay.
Yes. Terrible thing. We have to hope that whatever potion caused this is temporary, but we have fixes for many a magical ailment. We should be able to find something if to at least get him back on his feet.
Yes, if you have anything to help with his eye, that was kind of my fault.
I see. Yes, I'm sure we
It
can
was growing
find
too fast and he couldn't see stuff, and I was trying to help, but yes.
understandable. We will see that he gets the best care possible.
Wonderful. What do we do from here? This is kind of out of our league. Like,
Yes, we will have to lock down this area until we can till we can neutralize whatever potions are here. Hopefully we can use the sample that you've gathered to concoct an anti-potion for it. Perhaps it'll just time itself out.
Perhaps it was still moving, though gradually, before I went in there.
Yes, it does take a little while for out-of-control potions to, come back in control, if ever. But potions usually have a time limit. So whether or not they've become fully active relates to that. So we'll probably seed it with a little bit of organic material to make it do its business, and then it'll power itself out. Or, as I said, with the sample, we'll figure out an anti-potion, throw it on it, and then we'll be able to clean it up just like anything else. In the meantime, we'll quarantine this area. And
Okay.
she turns, and you guys have never seen powerful magics, really powerful magics, be cast before, other than Jamie doing stuff. This is very much like a Jamie sort of level thing that happens as she quickly
Some rarefied air.
she quickly casts another thing, and just a huge prismatic wall just appears right where you guys had set up the blockade, and it's just like a space where light refracts weirdly, not in a rainbowy sort of prismy way, but just like a series of mirrors all pointing at each other, and you can barely make out what's on the other side. Just slams down where the potion was, and the potion presses up against it and isn't effective. And same thing happens on the other side with a couple of other mages, and again, just locking off the potioned area.
Do you need help evacuating people, or is there anything we can do now?
No, people won't be able to get through this wall on this side either. So it's fine if they look for now. We will have the guardsmen keep them away as much as possible.
What about the people in there? This is the street. There'll be people trapped in the buildings.
So they've just sealed off where the like. So, the potion only really came. It came a little bit past the borders of the potion shop, but not too far past. If that makes sense. The openings to all of the buildings seem to be clear, at least.
Oh, okay. All good. I thought this was bigger than that. Good.
No, worst case, the building across the street that seems like another store, might be locked off. But you remember that when you were arriving on the scene, a lot of it seemed like everyone who was in that building had evacuated. So it's probably not too much of a concern. But she will address it anyway and say, we will make sure that anybody who's in there makes their way out. We'll check thoroughly.
Oh, good. Okay. I guess we should leave then. And not be in the way.
Oh,
Yes. I'm glad that you were here to assist.
Yeah.
Always try.
Oh, the Grand Sorcerer is also apparently missing, according to the I've forgotten her name. I'm sorry.
This is the person who asked you for.
Oh,
Yeah, this
oh
is.
yeah. Never mind.
Like, did you find the Grand Sorcerer?
Yes, actually.
No, we still haven't seen from him from yesterday.
I don't mean to be rude and presumptive, but I know a little about magical ability. Could you not contact him magically?
Yes,
Okay.
if I desperately needed him, I would.
No, fair enough.
You know,
I don't doubt that you have his handle.
now that it has been like 24 hours, I probably might, but we'll see.
Well,
With things like this happening in the city, it might be prudent, actually.
Yes, we're also on a mission to go into the mines, so if you needed help with him, then probably best to find that out before we leave, you know?
Well, if I do need your assistance finding him, I will send you a message instead, as you seem to know about it.
And I speak into her head and say, exactly.
Yes.
Okay, let's clear out.
Yes, thank you very much for the save there.
Yeah.
She bows and pulls out the sample that you gave her and just starts looking at it intently. So, where are you guys going?
The pub. The inn, whatever.
Back to the inn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably use a stiff drink after this. But it's the obvious place to go. Don't be in the way. Think we can't really shop after this. That seems like not a good idea.
Varys is unusually quiet on the way back.
I think everyone's unusually quiet. Ailey now having now the potion seems to have worn off from Ailey. Their gills are gone. Their hunger is gone, but they're like holding like a bulbous belly currently. Like, I ate too much popcorn.
Friend.
And you no longer have control of your tail, and your head no longer rattles when you move it.
Oh, thank fuck.
But you make it back
rattling.
Make it back.
What was the rattling? What the hell?
Will never know.
Unless we accidentally roll that again sometime.
Yep. You all get into the inn, sit down at your table. A few drinks are acquired. The barmaid just seems to recognize that you all need them, puts them in front of you guys, and you all sort of just sit there solemnly like, yeah. Varys, do you relay your experience inside the building back to anyone?
I think I would go into less detail. I probably wouldn't mention that I had to rip open this guy's mouth with a dagger.
Yeah. So then, to Tharakis and Ailey, all they saw was that this man seemed like he was just entirely covered in skin, and in a bit of pain, and but otherwise seemed okay once he'd been brought out of the building. You're just imagining some sort of potion effect.
And yes, then I got the gun in his hand, brought it up. Well, he managed to get himself up onto the second landing, and the mages took it from there, and that's when we met back up with you.
Cool. Oh boy.
His
Uh,
medium-sized creature.
There.
Yeah. Disappears.
Mm-hmm.
I down my drink and stood up, and I just pat Varys on the back and say, "Meet me upstairs," and go up to my room.
Fair enough.
Finishes his drink and, slightly unsteady, makes his way upstairs.
Didn't mean you had to finish it, but all right, all right.
That was probably happening whether he actually wanted to or not.
Mm. Ailey just sort of, the one time you've ever seen Ailey not be able to finish their drink, is they're just like leaning all the way back in their chair, holding their stomach with both hands, going,
Oh, the beer makes it all sloshy.
Maybe it'll help it come up.
No.
Oh god.
and Nemi's just there, like lightly patting them on the head, going, "It's okay, you'll be okay." So you guys go upstairs.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Are you okay?
so we were in the potion shop.
Yes.
This is my fault.
What? Okay. Varys kind of he sits down on the bed. Well, sorry, he hops up onto the bed so he can sit on it. What? Just talk me through it. Don't need to speed run it. Just take your time.
Well, so it was this potion that Ailey really wanted.
Mm-hmm. Varys immediately knows where this is going. Quiet.
And it just cost way too much money. And we realized that the place is owned by this Emerald Dragonkin.
Rudis, the Emerald Dragon. Well, Rudis was the guy who owned it. And he was Rudis, Rerdis.
Rerdis.
And he was described as an Emerald Dragon.
And also a really cool person who worked there. Oh god, they're not.
So that person was not the owner of the shop?
No. So, in this moral gray area, we decided it was okay to steal this excessively overpriced potion from this greedy store owner who didn't even bother to work at their own business.
Fair enough.
But on my way out, I may have uh, caused this whole thing.
Okay, I don't quite understand how you did that though.
Well,
Did you like knock over a potion or?
you'd think that's how this would have happened.
I mean, maybe I would have. I don't know. How did it happen?
So I kind of panicked because I realized that, obviously this shopkeeper had definitely seen us and knew who we were, because that's really obvious. We're like two of the most obvious people here.
Sure, we do kind of stand out even in this city.
So it would be pretty obvious who stole the potion.
Okay.
So I thought that if I could just cause a small distraction kind of moment at the counter that made it look like maybe one of the other potions had been smashed or something,
Okay.
this potion wouldn't be obviously missed in the small amount of chaos that ensued.
I
This
know that
occurred
you're.
very
Carry on.
this occurred very quickly.
Mhm.
I regret these decisions.
I can see how your intent. So what actually happened? What did you actually do? You wanted to create another distraction? What happened?
I fired a spice arrow into the counter.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah, it
I
was pretty
can.
dumb.
It's not for me to say uh, the stupidity or the amount thereof of any decisions made by anybody other than myself. But
You
uh,
don't have that attitude towards Ailey.
Ailey, I feel like needs somebody to say that, otherwise they're going to go and fly off a cliff because there's a dragon that lives in the sea that's going to make them a dragon, you know?
Don't tell them that.
Exactly. See? I think you weren't. We make a lot of heat of the moment decisions. Uh, this one, I don't mean
Stupid.
to be rude. Yes, this one was not our brightest moment. Um, the
So,
person has survived.
okay.
They are being looked after by possibly the best people in this entire continent to be looking after them. Um,
So now what do we do?
I feel like it's kind of on us to make sure that this person is okay.
I mean,
We
yes.
we did cause that. I'm not
Caused it.
too fussed about property damage and somebody's money going missing because
Mm.
of this. That doesn't bother me at all. Um,
Hi everyone, thanks for
but
the
we
invites and
should
stuff.
probably keep our eyes on each other's backs more than we normally do, because
Yes.
we've had run-ins with people that don't like the shit that we do before, and that was when we were usually not even trying to pain in the ass. So this is definite pain in the ass material. And I don't know too much about dragons, but I do know that they're not a fan of you breaking shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always
That
liked the
occurred to
shits
me
you
on
did
the way
before.
out.
I do have an idea for another thing that we can use when we're in the mines, though. Seeing all that magical stuff made me think again. If I put together and you pull out this flame canister that he's still got, and a little pouch of spice, if I
Oh.
can rig this up so that the spice shoots out in front of the flames, it might, be more of a useful combat thing against those shadow things.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't actually
Definitely.
tested it out. It's just an idea that I had.
Hmm.
But yes, otherwise we got a salve for healing. We have whatever you and Ailey picked up.
We got. Well, Ailey has a potion of acid breath. Now,
That's cool. That'll be handy for the constructs.
yes, I don't know why it's in my inventory because I handed it to Ailey. We
Oh,
got.
it's in-
Yeah, thank you. um, we got a spell scroll of daylight.
Also handy. Yes, they
We
didn't seem
did
to like light at all.
very much, and we got a spell scroll chromatic orb.
Okay. Varys nods like he knows what that is.
So it casts a sphere of energy at a creature that you can see within range. You can choose acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder for the orb you create.
Some more acid stuff for when we get into the fabrication station.
Yeah. When it comes to those ghouls, I do have my cantrip. Um, oh God, what was it originally?
Oh boy, it is.
This is what I get for renaming stuff I don't like the sound of because it's too religious.
Yeah. Fuck, what
Anyway,
is
I
it
got my
called?
flamey O powers.
Yeah,
So
it's the fucking not guiding bolt. It's the different one.
Sacred Flame?
I think it's
that
Sacred
sounds
Flame.
like something I'd rename.
Yeah, Sacred
Flame
Flame.
is the cantrip.
Yeah. No, it's flamey O.
Mm.
Yeah, flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. They have to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take radiant damage. But it seems like the sort of thing those things would run away from, maybe, or at least take damage from.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe us getting out of town for, at least a little while would probably be good
Hazel,
for
huh?
us.
Yeah, I think we probably should. That being
Um,
said, after us running around like that, and Ailey totally hit me with lightning before. That
no,
was yeah.
is
This
that
goo is intense.
oh, is the goo? I was like, is
Yeah.
it another weird dragon thing?
No, they only had one
Yeah,
like decent shot of it, and they accidentally got me. Yeah, disappointing. Um,
that is sad.
alright, so I don't feel like I'm in the best shape to go gallivanting back into those mines,
That's fair.
but I understand that it would be best if we got out of the city as soon as we could. What if we try to long rest here and then we can leave in the night? Or is that too suspicious? Or
uh,
like early morning, as if we were keen to be on our way?
the people that know about what we are doing know that we were planning to head off as soon as we could. Um, we could. The dwarves owe us a favor. We could crash with them for however long it takes, to get a rest in, and then go from there. I don't think they would allow anybody in to harm us.
I'm more
We did
concerned
save
that
all of
it'll
their
be
kids.
suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, oh, do you think that people might be tracking us now?
Well, no, that if we act strangely, then people will suspect us more. Suspect
Okay.
me more.
We can stay here tonight then, or
Mm. For
we
today.
um we should
I
yes
suppose it makes sense to regroup here.
we should also probably then all sleep in the same room, so that we're not separated in case anything does happen.
Mm.
They send anybody in the night to cut our throats or anything like that.
Oh god, I hope not. Okay.
Hey, I know that I'm not the biggest guy in the room, but whoever wants to hurt you has to go through me, so don't worry about it.
Thanks, Ferris.
It's
Okay, let's maybe get everyone up here if they're willing.
I'll help Ailey. That belly is bigger than my head.
Yeah, I think Ailey needs rest more than the rest of us. Time to digest.
So it is only like midday
Yeah,
at the earliest.
but it
The
means
latest?
that we could head out in the night. Pretend that we left really early morning, or
If that's what you want to
as
do.
soon as we were rested enough to go
Mm-hmm.
for our very important adventurer mission.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sweet. Well then.
So when we go downstairs to find the others, what are Joe and Nemi doing?
Well, again, Nemi is like trying to help Ailey the best she can. You've gone to full like assist mode. As I imagine they would. Ailey's just like, like an overfed toddler, complaining about eating too many sugary sweets. Whereas Joe is like just got his notebook out again and is like scribbling in some things, pondering.
Does Nemi seem like rattled
Pizza,
by
pizza.
everything, or
I don't really know what Nemi's nature would be at this point. It's kind of something we haven't really explored. So
well,
I would
maybe
say for the moment,
to a certain note.
I would say for the moment at least, that the experience has caused them to go into that caring mode, and hence why they're just trying to look after Ailey at the moment.
Okay.
And then seeing you guys, us if you guys are all right, you guys need anything, you guys get hurt or anything. She knows healing spells as well, so
I did get hurt, but I think we're gonna rest so that we all have all our magic. Before we carry on.
Did we use?
I did.
much of our stuff? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I used a few spell slots and took damage.
yeah.
Yeah. My shenanigans.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Well then, just roll your do your long rests if you need to. I haven't really used anything, so
Yeah, I think I'm good.
not a big
Gonna use
deal.
something up.
I'll just make sure that those guys all use theirs just in case. Fantastic. So yeah, it's only like 8 hours of rest. So yeah, it is like middle of the night.
Did anyone use that time to like make anything or?
That's a good question.
Actually, yeah, probably where I'm going to spend the time because I don't need to sleep.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't really. I went into the wars basically, and I was like, nah, I probably can't sleep right now.
Yeah.
So Varys is attempting, probably with Joe's help, to try and set up this flame canister spice idea that he's had.
I see. Okay. Roll me a Tinker's check first.
Okey-doke.
Yeah. It takes you like the whole 8 hours to set that up.
That's fine.
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Okey-doke.
Cool. You've got Joe assisting Kana. He rolled a 15.
Nice.
Well, you yeah, yeah.
We make a horrific contraption.
That yeah, you definitely will be able to like, when you attempt to use the canister, again, it will, at least for a couple of those shots, will dump out some spice into the exhaust, I guess.
Incredible.
Yeah, to which you're not entirely sure what's going to happen.
Fucking clue. But any potential weapon is better than no weapon at all.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll
Spicy
see.
flamethrower.
Spicy flamethrower. We will see what happens. For that.
Cool. Oh, while we're working on that together as well too, I'd probably say to him, Joe, when I went up onto the roof of the building, there are these small contraptions that appear to be sort of built into it. I'm not sure like the actual nature of it, but and then I'll give him sort of the as best a description of them as I could. Not
Well, they
really
were
sure of their purpose, but
probably sending and receiving units of some sort. Perhaps for communications, magic, power. Yeah, I'm not entirely familiar with all of the mechanical, all of the technologies that we were capable of, but it sounds like a mechanism that would be for that sort of thing. As we do know that all of these cities were designed with that sort of stuff in mind. Perhaps they could even be the sort of thing that are draining the magic from the people, but they weren't moving at all or anything like that, were they? No, they weren't.
they were not. No, they weren't. They were stationary as far as I could see.
Then they probably weren't something like that. I would imagine that those sort of the energy sucking variety would at least be some sort of engine, move around a little bit.
That's fair. Yeah, I hadn't really. I don't really go through the rooftops much, so it was a new sight.
Definitely warrants investigation, but I think we should look at other things, other avenues first before we really investigate the things on roofs.
Absolutely, bigger fish to fry. Thank you for your help.
You're very welcome.
I look at the veritable mecha beast thing that we've now made.
Yeah.
And the slight shudder runs along my spine, looking at it. He can't quite place why.
Yes. You do get the feeling that at some point in the future, this will be outlawed.
Just a couple of tubes with some oh god.
Like there will be a convention where a bunch of countries get together and sign a document to say that this will never be allowed ever again.
Oh god.
Yes. Cool. Well, let's all put together. Thrakus and Ailey sleep off the day. Yeah. Yeah. When Ailey wakes up, they're extremely thirsty. But
So much unsalted, unbuttered.
yeah, yeah. So they down a couple of glasses of water, but otherwise
My
seem
friend
all
Geneva
right.
might have a thing or two to say at this convention.
Exactly, random guy. Exactly. Geneva might indeed have something to say at the convention.
Who's she?
Yeah, Geneva, right? So it is. Yeah, it is like middle of the night. You've those of you who did sleep managed to sleep through a lot of sounds of partying coming from downstairs as people got really drunk and it's music and stuff.
And
A couple of
loud
times,
bangs and crashes from across the hall.
yeah. A couple of times, Ailey had to be like forced back into their forced back into their bed with their bulbous belly to be like, no, you physically cannot go down there and party, and then immediately falls back to sleep in that like full bellied slumber that people do.
Mid protest about how they're not going to fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly. But by the time that all the partying dies down, you guys are all back and ready after a nice rest. So
We're heading off.
cool. Downstairs.
But before we go past the people, Verisol just gently give Thoracus a pat on the knee and a smile.
All right.
I give a very weak smile back.
You make it down the stairs. And yeah, the aftermath of whatever's been going on awaits you. There's a few passed out drunk people in some chairs. A barmaid trying desperately to clean around them. Spots you making your way out and just sort of waves goodbye. Thanks. See you guys.
Yeah, no, actually, that would be more suspicious. I don't do that.
I nudge Nemi and make sure she is looking at the barmaid.
Yeah. She winks.
Gals gotta, have each other's backs. And I'm
Yes.
taken, so.
Yes. Yes. She winks at the barmaid. The barmaid, confused, and a dwarf, appreciates the attempt, but does not does not seem to do much. As you guys leave the establishment, out onto the streets. You guys haven't really been here like at this time of night outside, so it's not much different. There's no sky, so you can't like see the stars or anything. But all of the lights that are around the place, embedded into the ground, and some of the buildings have been like dimmed and like tone shifted in a sense, like the all of the reds and greens. No, yeah, all of the reds and greens have been taken out of it. So it's just like a really hazy, dim blue light that's coming out of everything. Gives it sort of gives it night feel without it being night. Yeah, almost like the moon is full in the sky, but there's nothing up in the sky. Doesn't seem like there's many people about. Maybe the odd street sweeper, or a couple of drunkards shoulder each other home.
Yeah. I am, as much as I can, in the lower light, just trying to keep an eye out in case anybody's giving us too much eyeball.
Okay. Roll a perception check, Ollie.
Sure.
Cool.
23.
All right, keeping a good eye out as you guys make your way around town. Yeah, all the way out to the exit, out to Noon House. Yeah, you don't spot any tail or anything like that. Anyone glancing too heavily at you?
Nobody lingering.
Yeah, I mean you do, from you get the odd look as you go by, as the only like sober non-sweeper like weird people out and about at this time of night, so you
We
do
are
get
still
those
odd
looks.
people even in the city.
Exactly. I cut Rick rolled. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, no one's lingering too long on you. That would give you pause. So you make your way out to Noon House without any real trouble. So, what's the plan? Anybody?
Hey Joe, do you know if there's any other way out of the fabrication station? Or are we going to have to come back through these tunnels?
Well, it depends. It certainly exits out into the mountain ranges. So it might be
Thank God, air.
a bit of a spelunk down.
Oh.
But it does depend on what we find there. I know that, again, the connections between a lot of these places haven't been completed or have degraded over time. So there may be a way out. There may not be. It definitely a best bet would be coming back through, but if we find something, we find something.
True. If that's the case, do you think that we should prepare the dwarfs to hold the mines open for us to get back through? Essentially, they do owe us a favor, and they could keep the path clear for us to come back.
I mean, it's not a terrible idea.
But I mean, we did a lot of work for that favor, so I don't want to just.
I mean, it
take
depends
away
on
from us.
what you mean by hold it open. These, from my understanding, the mines are fairly abandoned. Do you want them to try and we trying to get them to fight the shadow creatures while we wait, or while we're away?
If we're making our way back and we are not doing so hot, we probably won't survive enough. So if they are able to, if we're able to contact them or something, and get them to come out and meet us as we make our return.
We
Yeah.
could send Fanny Boo.
That's true. Actually, I didn't think about that. We could use that.
I was thinking just
If they're prepared.
So we could send Fanny. Oh god, that's weird saying just the first name. Fanny Boo.
Well, that's not even her full name. Fanny Boo the Hoo Hoo.
My apologies, I forgot the rest of her name. We could send Fanny Boo the Hoo Hoo to them while we are in there, or if we feel like it's necessary. But if we, that way we don't waste our favor.
And don't endanger them further
Yes,
than necessary.
unnecessarily. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's good. Well, I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys saddle up and head on into the mines.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mm.
Wait. Before we're heading into the mines, did we swing by the place to see if Codswallop's armor was ready? Because we were supposed to do that before we left.
You did not.
Fuck.
So
Oh, damn it! It's too late now.
it is a bit. Is a bit.
I don't want him being squishy before this. Damn it.
Nimi's here. And Joe is here. And
Okay. Well, since we're heading into the mines, and it is now 10 o'clock.
yes, I will be finishing up here with the team entering the mines. Hopefully, Varys will be able to actually see the mines this time.
Oh, maybe.
I can.
Yeah. At least the map. Yes.
I can see things. There's
Yeah,
more. There's
you've got
walls here.
you've got light. Joe's got light. For now, so
Yeah.
that's enough
Did we?
for you guys.
Did we enter through a different way?
No, this is where you came in
Was that-
previously.
I thought it was further this way.
It was this
Huh.
this one here that you came in.
Memories are a
Yep.
dang,
And then you
dang
guys
thing.
went this way all the way around,
Oh,
and then down
Jesus,
here,
there's so much.
and then back up here, and this is where you guys came in contact with the shadow
Scary thing.
creatures all around this area.
Yeah, was that was where we got into the big fight, was it not?
Sure
We were
was.
trying to run away.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, next time, prepare for maybe more shadow creature fighting. Well, I guess we'll find out. Thanks everybody for joining us. Tomorrow on the Valen channel, I believe, Random Guy's wife is playing more Bayonetta. Come check that out. Saturday, Random Guy will be back with more Horizon Forbidden West. Sunday, Beef will be back with more Graveyard Keeper. Monday, we'll be back with more Divinity Original Sin 2. Tuesday, more Graveyard Keeper with Beef. Wednesday, probably more Dragon Ball, if not Anime Titties. Phantasy Star Online 2. And then Thursday, right back here, figuring out how we're getting through these mines. Thank you very much for the likes. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.
I will send you on your way to this guy. Bye. And you recording. See you next week.